From the Kozlowski Gymnasium here on the campus of Arlington High School, ACMi Sports presents Arlington High School boys varsity basketball. Tonight, the Spy Ponders of Arlington High School host the Red Devils of Burlington High School. Hello everyone, I'm Don Phelan. Matt Rury is alongside me tonight. Alex Van Thong set up our camera tonight, and Scott Zwick is the man behind the camera for us here tonight at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. For the Spy Ponders, they come into tonight's game with a record of 11-2 overall, 10-0 in the Middlesex League. For the Red Devils, a record of 8-5 overall. They lost their first 3 games of the season, so they've won 8 out of their last 10. They are 7-3 in the league. And Matt, the impressive thing coming into tonight's game, as these games continue to pile on as the season continues, Arlington now with a 39-game regular season home winning streak, and also a 28-game league winning streak. That's home and away. They haven't lost in the Middlesex League in 2+ seasons.
That's right, and I hope we can keep mentioning that night in, night out, as we have been throughout this season. This should be a good one tonight with 2 teams both playing well, especially as of late, and it'll be, hopefully the Arlington Spy Ponders can put together an effort from start to finish here and play their brand of basketball, which of course hopefully we'll see a lot of that full court press, putting the pressure on the ball handlers for Burlington. And if they can do that and then find a way to get some good looks at the basket, I think we'll be in for a good one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Burlington plays it tonight. I've had a couple different scouting reports. One scouting report said they just played a half-court man, didn't press at all, and then in a subsequent game they went to the 2-2-1, which had some effect. Teams usually don't like to press Arlington, but as Coach Bowler said in one of our post-game interviews, a lot of times teams aren't going to press Arlington to try to turn them over, but just really to slow them down so that Arlington doesn't use their great transition offense for easy baskets.
Yep, and they do jump the passing lanes and try and get steals out of their defense when they're getting their hands in the passing lanes as well. So hopefully we'll see some deflections tonight, and like you just said, they do get out on the break pretty quickly, so Burlington's going to have to be aware of that.
Offensively for Burlington, you're going to see a lot of threes. As a matter of fact, in this game and in Arlington's next game, which will be Friday night against Reading, you'll see 2 teams that really rely on the three-point shot. So if Burlington's hot tonight from three-point land, it could be a tougher night for the Spy Ponders. Now we have the starting lineups for both teams. For Burlington, number 1, junior Alex Wong. Number 3, junior tri-captain Ryan Colhane. Number 10, senior tri-captain Tyler Cannon. Number 13, senior tri-captain Mariano Rodriguez. And rounding out the starting lineup is senior number 21, Marvin Jean-Baptiste. Head coach of the Red Devils is Phil Connors in his 2nd season. Now we'll have the starting 5 for the Spy Ponders. Wearing number 30, sophomore Bensley Joseph. Number 0, junior guard Nick Corrales. Number 14, junior tri-captain James Gascoigne. We'll have senior tri-captain number 23, Ben Wasco. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Spy Ponders will be senior tri-captain number 20, Dom Black. Head coach of the Spy Ponders in his 10th season is John Bowler. He's assisted by Jackie Woods, Kevin Lentini, Zach Lee, Tyler Sullivan, and the head of basketball operations for the Spy Ponders is Tim Schuler. And now we will have the playing of our national anthem. Well, in lieu of the playing of our national anthem, we had Arlington High School senior actually sing the national anthem. So nice job by him. Always a difficult thing to do. So we're getting ready for action here tonight from the Kozlowski Gymnasium, the Spy Ponders and the Red Devils here in a Middlesex League matchup. Arlington, with really only 2 home remaining games in the regular season, they'll play this game here tonight. They'll play Friday, February 2nd against Reading, and they'll end up the home portion of their season, of the regular season anyway, with a game February 9th against Lexington. And that, of course, will be senior night for the graduating seniors. So it'll be James Gascoigne for the Spy Ponders jumping up against Marvin Jean-Baptiste for the Red Devils. Underway here at the Taz. Tip is controlled by the Spy Ponders.
We do have the full court press right away here.
Man-to-man defense for the Red Devils. Bensley Joseph for 3, and he's got it.
Off to a good start.
Bensley Joseph, since our last telecast, Arlington had 1 game. It was a game against Wilmington, a one-sided victory for the Spy Ponders, 70-51. Bensley Joseph had 5 first-half three-pointers, 19 points in the first half, 21 overall in the game.
Well, that one was solid, and he didn't even have a great look at the rim there.
The defense by the Spy Ponders caused a turnover. Burlington almost turns them back over the other way, but here come the Spy Ponders back this way with Dom Black with the ball. It's Dom Black, number 20, Nick Corrales, number 0. Inside to Ben Wasco, number 23. Ball's knocked away by Burlington.
That's a bit of a tough post for Wasco, I think. We saw Arlington make that pass to Gascoigne early in the last game that we did together, Don. See if they keep trying to pound it in.
Benson may have dragged the pivot foot on that one. Inside to Gascoigne. He's had a couple of big games in a row here at home.
Burlington with 2 solid defensive stretches here. 2 possessions where Arlington's really had to work, and they didn't get anything out of that one.
They're going to call James Gascoigne for a double dribble violation. So on the turnover, it will be Burlington ball. Just underway here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. Ponders have the only points of the game, 3-0, 6.5 minutes remaining in the quarter. Nice little drive there by Wong. They kick it around for a 3-pointer, which is up and good, and that's Mariano Rodriguez for 3. First points of the night for the Red Devils, and we're tied at 3 with 6:14 remaining in the first quarter. It looks like James does have a height advantage there against that one particular player trying to guard him.
Yep, they were trying to post him up again, and they just couldn't find a way to get it to him, so Bensley settles for the 3 there.
Yeah, it's number 3, Culhane, trying to match up against James Gascoigne. Another 3-pointer for the Red Devils, this one off the mark. Arlington trying to push. This time Don Black is being guarded by Culhane. He goes right around him and lays it up and in.
Down to a frenetic pace to start this game. Both teams going back and forth. Don Black with a little bit of hesitation in the lane there and finds a way to beat his man to the hoop.
5-3 Ponders, 5:37 remaining first quarter. Full court, man-to-man pressure by the Ponders. Alex Wong gets it over the timeline to Culhane. Culhane kicks it back out, deflected out of bounds by Bensley Joseph as they were trying to get Rodriguez beyond the 3-point line.
You know, last week against Wakefield, they were doing a bit of a trap in the backcourt. Tonight, they're just showing the man-to-man full court pressure. Maybe a little bit more respect for the players on this Burlington squad.
Culhane with the left hand, no. Challenged by Don Black. Culhane couldn't get the roll. Here comes Nick Corrales, dumps it down to Gascoigne. James turns, looks. Bensley Joseph, he'll take that 3. He'll have it rattle around and out for him. 5-3 Arlington, 5 minutes remaining first quarter. Not many whistles here so far tonight. Fast-paced game, as Matt mentioned.
Let's keep it up just like that.
John Baptiste, a great athlete for Burlington, number 21. And losing control of the ball is Alex Wong. It'll be Arlington ball.
You know, if they don't blow the whistle, then I can't complain about it, and then everything will be happy up here, right?
That's right. And for Arlington, Ben Wasco will check out of the lineup, and he's replaced by number 21, Joey Pazia.
Look out for Joey here.
Yep,
Here comes the hustle and the energy to the floor.
Yep, we know what we're going to get out of Joey Pazia, that's for sure. Floor seems a little bit slippery out there tonight. Seen a couple players look like they slide. The Don Black doesn't let that affect him, and he knocks down the jumper.
I wonder if people have tracked a little bit of water in from the snow and ice outside.
7-3 Ponders, 4:26 remaining first quarter. Oh, a nice move there by Rodriguez, and on the drive, he's fouled on the play.
Bensley held his arm there a little bit.
Possession foul, non-shooting foul, first on Bensley, first for either team here in the first quarter of action. 4:22 remaining. There's Wong to Rodriguez. Rodriguez fakes. Good drive there by Rodriguez, and he lays it in.
That's 2 plays in a row. He's had a really quick first step. They cleared out the side for him on that one. They wanted him to take that all the way.
Mariano Rodriguez off to a nice start, has all 5 of Burlington's points halfway through the first quarter. 7-5 Arlington. Here's Pazia, turns, moves, spins, lays it up, can't get it to go. I think they're going to get James Gascoigne on a rebounding foul.
Yep, had a hand in the back there.
First on James, second on the team.
Nifty little move by Joey Pazia to keep his pivot foot there.
Couple of shots now for the Ponders, spinning around and out. Looks like a kind of a tough matchup here for Benson Joseph, giving away a little bit of size to Rodriguez. He gets it down to John Baptiste, and John Baptiste with the left hand lays it in.
Nice little pick and roll. Baptiste going right to the basket, and once he gets down there, and his man's popped out to the front. Oh, and he's going to get a steal here, and he's going all the way. He's
Baptiste with the steal. Oh, blocked by Gascoigne. James Gascoigne with the trail block, but it leads to a three-point attempt by Rodriguez, who knocks it down, and the Red Devils take the lead.
Rodriguez feeling it right now. It's just 2 or 3 of the last 4 possessions where he's looked really good.
He has 8 of the Red Devil 10. Gascoigne on the line, a 2-point shot, and it's good.
Good looking shot, though. Regardless of being on the line or not, he's wide open and got to take that shot if you're James Gascoigne.
First basket of the evening for the junior tri-captain, and the Ponders trail by 1, under 3 minutes remaining first quarter. Tricky dribble by Rodriguez. Wong on the spin, floats it. No, fights for his own rebound. Bensley Joseph just was able to get a little bit higher than that. Now Benson's going to go all the way to the basket. Lays it up, no, but he is fouled on the play.
Yeah, once he gets ahead of steam like that, and he's playing him one-on-one, look out for that defender.
Tyler Cannon will pick up that foul, his first on the team, and Bensley Joseph will go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Bensley's going to beat pretty much everybody to the basket if he's got that head of steam one-on-one on a fast break like that. May not go in, but he'll get himself to the line.
The first free throw is good. Bensley ties the game at 10 with 2:35 remaining first quarter. It will remain that way as he's unable to hit the second of the 2 free throws. Here comes Alex Wong with the head of steam. Kicks it in the corner to Culhane. They work it around to Rodriguez. Had it knocked away from behind by Don Black. Joey Pazia challenged that shot by Rodriguez, but Rodriguez able to score anyway. 10 now for Rodriguez. Don Black spun his way into the basket, gets it to Gascoigne. They go back inside to Don Black, and reach and foul will be committed by Alex Wong.
Yeah, and the Ponders are going to have to key in on Rodriguez while he's on the floor right now. He's really driving. He's the driving force for Burlington.
He has 10 of their 12. Red Devil surprisingly up by 2. Here's James Gascoigne, strong in the basket. Can't get it to go. Rebound fought for. 3 Arlington players there, but last touch by Don Black. It'll be Burlington ball.
Yeah, everybody gets a hand on it. It was a quick, nice spin move by James Gascoigne. Couldn't get the bucket to fall, though.
Ben Wasco, number 23, back into the Ponder lineup, replacing James Gascoigne.
Oh, look at that.
Legal play.
When was the last time you saw that move?
Not very often. There's Marvin John Baptiste with the miss. Arlington trying to push it here with Bensley Joseph. Tricky dribbles into the paint, and he is called for travel.
I can't say that I've ever seen that happen, where the inbounding player gets the ball off the rim his own inbound pass off the rim.
Off his own defensive basket. Sometimes you see it on the offensive basket, but not the defensive basket. Very rare.
I've ever seen that on TV, college, anywhere, let alone at one of these games.
12-10 Red Devils if you're just joining us. A minute 40 remaining in the fast-paced first quarter.
There we go. Fast break.
Ben Wasco's ahead of the pack. He had a dunk in a prior game, but this time he's going to take the safe two and lays it in.
Nice job with two defenders trailing. Nice job to not dunk that and just lay it in. Ben's
first points of the game ties the game at 12 with a minute 20 remaining in the first quarter. Ben was all over Marvin Jean-Baptiste. Here's Rodriguez. Great hustle by Benson on the ground. Now Wasco. I think Arlington might have caught a break there. It's great hustle by Ben Wasco, don't get me wrong, but to get to that ball and get the held ball situation, he really had to go on top of the Burlington player.
Right.
Now, when I was a kid back in the dark ages, that was a free-for-all. You could do anything you want. Now officials tend to call that a foul, so I think Arlington may have caught a break there. But great hustle nonetheless by Ben Wasco. Now Sam Swift, number 24, checks into the Arlington lineup, and he's going to give Bensley Joseph a break. Alex Wong for three, no. Two Arlington players fight for the rebound, and Don Black comes up with an under a minute remaining first quarter. Don Black for three. It's going to be long, I think. No,
it's good.
Perfect. Beautiful. Three-pointer there by Don Black gives the Spy Ponders their lead back at 15-12 with 45 seconds remaining in the quarter. Seven for Don Black.
I'd love to see Dom get going from three. We know he can shoot it out there. He just hasn't been doing it a whole lot this season.
A good matchup there as Nick Corrales was all over Alex Wong, but Wong able to avoid him and lay it in. Here comes Dom the other way. Sam Swift fakes the three. Gets it inside to Joey Pazia. Joey is fouled on the play. Hadn't realized for Burlington, number 15, junior Sean Hurley had checked into the Red Devil lineup. And Joey Pazzi will go to the line for two shots as Hurley picked up that foul, his first, third on the team. Joey's first free throw was good. Number 4, Will Clifford will check into the Ponder lineup, and he's going to give Nick Corrales a breather for these final 23.3 seconds of the first quarter.
Corrales was really tasked with sticking with Alex Wong, so.
2 of 2 to Joey Pazia. Ball knocked out of bounds by Joey Pazia. It will remain Burlington ball. Shot clock off. Burlington can hold for a final shot.
Clifford doing just as good of a job as Corrales was doing with Wong there, denying him the ball in the inbounds pass.
Hurley will bring it up against Swift. And the jump shot will be taken by by Cannon, no good. Out of bounds, Burlington ball.
And again, you see Rodriguez on the rebound. He's all over the place for Burlington right now. Arlington can't even put a body on this guy.
He's just, he is a senior. Senior Mariano Rodriguez, number 13. That's him with the ball right here against Don Black. They're going to kick it out to Wong. He's going to drive. He's going to kick out another one. They're going to take the pull-up shot at the buzzer by Tyler Cannon, no good, and that'll end the first quarter.
It's a good-looking shot for Burlington there. They've had a hard-fought first quarter here. Spy Ponder's only up 3, and as we expected, this has been a pretty good game so far.
Yeah, you know, if I'm Burlington coach Phil Connors, it's a catch-22. Your team played so well, but yet after leading for a good chunk of this first quarter, they find themselves down by 3 at the end of 1.
And on the flip side, if you're Coach Bowler, I'm sure you're happy with the outcome, but it seems as though your team could probably play a little bit better. They could be a little bit more cohesive out there. They look pretty good on defense, but like we've said a few times, Rodriguez is really getting whatever he wants. So if they can't key in on him, they need to continue what they're doing with denying everybody else, but they also just can't let him go off like that because he is scoring at will.
Yeah, we've seen Arlington play it both ways. You know, you could have that philosophy of, okay, let him get his, and we'll shut down everybody else. Or Arlington could say, you know what, we're going to take him right out of this game, and we're going to double him and triple him and really withhold him from points. We've seen Arlington do that in games past this season where they've had teams, individual players score a decent amount of points in the first half and then shut them down in the second half. Arlington's ball to begin the second quarter on the alternating possession rule. They lead at 17-14, just underway second quarter. Only 2 starters for Arlington in the lineup right now are Ben Wasco, number 23, Don Black, number 20. That was a 3-point shot by number 24, Sam Swift. Also for the Ponders, number 4, Will Clifford, and number 21, Joey Pazia, the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Spy Ponders.
And Burlington just lost that one, but Ponders defense kind of forced a little bit with Ben Wasco putting the pressure on.
Now we got a little Burlington trap. They wanted, the coaching staff of Burlington wanted to travel there on the sideline on Dom, I think. And now they'll settle back into a 2-3 zone, will Burlington. Ben Wasco on the high post.
Somebody's got to move, guys.
Kazi on the low post.
Nice
Into Ben with a
pass.
little left-handed flip shot. No good. Marvin Jean-Baptiste with the rebound for the Red Devils. Rodriguez going to take a tough pull-up 3 around and out. It would have been a believer if he knocked that one down.
I say heat check maybe? I don't know if you can have a heat check when you're not shooting them from outside anyway.
There's Joey Pazia. Ben Wasco, baseline jump shot is good.
I gotta tell you, Joey Pazia is always looking to make a pass, and he's very often making the right one, and he does it immediately. He's becoming the king of the touch pass around here. He always knows where he's going with the ball.
19-14. Arlington with what I believe is now their largest lead of the game. Jean-Baptiste fakes, puts it up. Might have been blocked by Don Black, but Jean-Baptiste stays with it and lays it in.
Good defense. Can't really do much about that when the ball falls right back into his hands, and that's going to be a foul on Jean-Baptiste.
Tell you, Jean-Baptiste might have saved the basket because it was a 2-2-1 press. He was the last line of defense, and there was somebody, I'm not sure who it was, behind Jean-Baptiste. If Joey Pazzi was able to collect that pass, he would have had a wide open teammate for a layup.
No, he was going to throw that pass.
Exactly.
It was going to be perfect, but Baptiste saves the day there.
Substitutions for the Spy Ponders. Number 14, James Gascoigne, and number 30, Bensley Joseph, back into the Ponder lineup. Swift, I don't know if his foot was on the line. Doesn't matter anyway. Shot's just a little bit off. Oh. Sean Hurley with the rebound. Oh, a nice drive. They're going to take that basket away. As it looked like a nice move by Ryan Culhane, but they're going to take him for the offensive foul.
It was a nice job by Swift to get in position. I think he was definitely in position, but it looked to me as though he was leaning back a little bit when the contact was made. I'm not going to use the F word, but it did look like he was selling it a little bit.
Good job by Sam Swift, either way, taking that charge, getting the call. Of course, we don't have that rule in the rules that we play with the, you see that little smiley face in the college and professional game, so it doesn't really matter where the charge is taken. Wasco is showing a lot of confidence in his little mid-range jump shot tonight.
I want him to keep taking that shot, too.
Absolutely.
If he's open, it's a good shot to take.
Here's number 11, Justin Fitzpatrick. Keep an eye on Justin Fitzpatrick, 6'7" sophomore that just jacks threes and can make them. Keep an eye on number 11 for Burlington. Comes off the bench, three-point shooting specialist at 6'7".
Yeah, you would think at 6'7" he might try and be doing more in the paint in the high school game here, but if he's a good three-point shooter, more power to him.
And a blocking foul committed by Arlington. It's going to go against Nick Corrales. For Nick, his first foul, third on the team. Sam Swift out of the Arlington lineup. Don Black back in. Right now, Arlington with their starting 5 in there after a few substitutions. Nick Corrales with the deflection, but unable to pull it in. It will remain Burlington ball.
The ball bounced just a little bit too high for Nick to get to corral, and still a great defensive play by him.
Wong going to kick it outside to Hurley for 3. Sean Hurley ties this game at 19, just under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Don Black going to try to answer with the 3 of his own, and he does.
One for each corner now for Don Black.
Double figures for the senior tri-captain. And the Ponders will retake the lead, 22-19, 4.5 to go first half. Little baseline drive. They're going to kick it out to Fitzpatrick. Hurley for a deep 3, around and out. Don Black takes it right off the rim for that defensive rebound. Bensley Joseph's floater is challenged by Fitzpatrick. Bensley's able to get his own rebound. inside to Gascoigne. He comes up and under, kicks it out to Bensley for three, and he's got it.
Solid, right through. We're going to get a timeout by Burlington off of that possession. Bensley stuck with his own rebound there on the drive, and they found a way to move it around the top of the key and get it back to him as James drove to the basket and found Bensley in the corner. He knocked that second one down.
Back-to-back threes for the Spy Ponders. What was once a 19-all tie is now a 25-19 Arlington lead. Timeout Burlington at the 4:09 mark of the second quarter.
And that's a strong couple of minutes there for the Ponders, for them to extend this lead to 6 now. Had a nice little run. Burlington with a good timeout though. They're trying to squash that run. We'll see what happens when they come out of it here. I'd be interested to see if they had Fitzpatrick in the game. He hasn't really taken a shot yet. If he comes back out, I'm wondering if they'll try and draw up a play for him out of this timeout.
Arlington, talking to the coaching staff before the game, they're well aware. You know, like you mentioned, when you see a 6'7" kid, you don't expect him to be an outside shooter. So Arlington has to be very aware of him, and the scouting report indicates that they are. So a nice job by Arlington. They got great bench contributions from Sam Swift and Joey Pazia and Will Clifford. They put the starting unit back in there, and the starting unit has jacked up the lead to 6 points. Here's Fitzpatrick, guarded closely by James Gascoigne. Arlington in man-to-man defense. Here's Hurley. He's going to take it with the left hand. Can't get it to go. James has another rebound. Bensley Joseph. Dom Black to the rack. Kicks it back out to Corrales. Nick's going to take this three. A little bit off. Burlington with the ball. Fast break turnover by the Red Devils. Bensley Joseph. Corrales going to take another three from kind of the same spot. And that one is good.
Nice job by Nick to correct that last one. He had a little bit better pass this time. Set his feet and he's good to go.
3 consecutive three-pointers by the Ponders, and the result is a 9-point lead. And now we're going to get Nick Corrales for a reach-in foul. And for Nick, that'll be his second. And we'll see if Coach Bowler goes to the bench.
Definitely a reach-in foul, but it almost looked like he was going to get away with the steal there. He's pretty smooth on that defense, backpedaling like that. He gets his hands in there and knocks the ball away a lot.
So Nick picking up that second foul will result in him going to the bench, replaced by number 4, Will Clifford. Steal by Benson Joseph, a bad pass there by Wong. Joseph up and over, switched hands in midair, couldn't get it to go, ball out of bounds off of Burlington ball.
That was a bad pass, but you still need to be aware, and Bensley's pretty much aware at all times out there on defense.
Now that one hits the back of the backboard, so that's twice that we've seen Burlington inbounds passes hit various parts of the basket and backboard. But that one off the back of the backboard is a violation, and it will be Arlington ball. 3:07 remaining first half. Ponders by 9 as a result of their 3 consecutive three-pointers. Looked like maybe a 1-2-2 zone, but now they back off it. More of a 2-3, I guess. Burlington working it around the perimeter of the zone. Burlington staff upset about something, but Burlington gets the turnover anyway. Coach Connors now down to a short sleeve shirt. I think at one point he had the long sleeve shirt on. He's working up a sweat over there on the Burlington sideline.
Well, his team's in a drought right now, so.
Will Clifford gets called for the blocking foul for Will, his first, 5th on the team. Both teams now with 5 team fouls. And just as quietly as he was during the game, Justin Fitzpatrick will check out of the Red Devil lineup and being replaced by number 21, Marvin Jean-Baptiste.
Yeah, he looks a little bit frustrated. I'm wondering how many teams they play against actually get the scouting report right and sort of shut him down like Arlington did.
Yeah, I don't think any shot attempts for the sophomore shooter.
Yeah, they made sure that he was well behind the three-point line when he was making any catches out there. And Burlington couldn't find him when he flashed to the basket. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure he's going to play again in the second half. We'll see if they can get him going then.
And on the drive by Rodriguez, he's fouled on the play. First foul committed by Dom Black, 6th on the team. So the Ponders will be over the limit for the duration of the first half. And Rodriguez hits the first free throw. So Rodriguez had 10 first quarter points. That's his first second quarter point. So Ponder's doing a good job shutting him down here so far in the second quarter as he knocks down both free throws.
That's exactly what we wanted them to do. We'll see if it continues for the next 2 minutes.
Now Will Clifford will just take it over the timeline himself. The zone is being a little bit extended by the Red Devils. Bensley with the little move, gets it on the cut to James Gascoigne, and James lays it in.
It's like Bensley had eyes in the back of his head. He knew exactly where James was going to be on that play.
Trouble for the Red Devils getting it inbounds. Now they do. Bensley Joseph all over Alex Wong. Under 2 minutes remaining, second quarter.
Good hands again.
Oh, great defense there by Arlington. Check the player right into the double team. Bensley Joseph hangs and lays it in.
Nice job by Bensley to keep his composure and let the defender go by before he put up the shot.
Now they're going to get a foul here in the backcourt on Dom Black. For Dom, that'll be his second back-to-back fouls by Dom, and that's going to result in Burlington being in the bonus. One-on-one situation for Rodriguez. Joey Pazia back into the Arlington lineup, replacing Dom Black. And for Burlington, number 10, Tyler Cannon checks back into their lineup.
I like the aggressiveness on the full court press, but this is the point in the game right before halftime where you're on a bit of a run. You want to keep them at bay. You don't want them to get back into the game and gain any momentum. So you want to be a little bit more careful than that, and hopefully Dom won't pick up a quick one in the third quarter here because Burlington's only scored from the line here in the past few minutes. Since it was 19-19, like you said, Arlington basically on a 13-4 run right now, and like I just said, all of Burlington's points from the free throw line. So committing these fouls at this point in the game might come back to bite them.
It's Rodriguez who has hit all 4 of those free throws for the Red Devils, and the Arlington lead is 9. It's 32-23 with a minute 23 remaining in the first half. Pazia, top Bensley Joseph, a deep 3, back rims it. Ben Wasco there for the rebound, inside to James Gascoigne, back out to Ben Wasco. Pazia kicks it in the corner to Clifford. Clifford thought about it, now he has it to Pazia. Pazia's going to go strong to the basket. A little bit of contact there. Joey went down hard. He might be shaken up a little bit. Hustling back into the play. Rodriguez for a deep 3, no. Pazia does seem like he's still a little hobbled, like something about his side. And
might have bumped his hip or something.
He may have to come out.
He's trying to shake it off.
Yep.
Bowler's not even looking at him, so.
About a 20-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Nice inside passing by the Ponders.
Have to keep it up.
Wasco will flip it up with the left hand. No, he went down hard. Ben Wasco will go on the line for 2.
I think they just teed up the coach.
I think that's going to be there's a new thing in the MIAA this year, or Federation rulebook, is you're actually allowed to give a coach a warning, a bench warning. And that's supposed to be the indication that that's enough. And then if anything were to continue, you can expect a technical foul on the Burlington coaching staff. So an official warning, they put it in the scorebook, and that's what happened right there. Foul for Burlington went against Marvin Jean-Baptiste, his second.
How do you feel about that warning rule? Kind of seems like it gives the coaches another out to start yelling at refs, you know?
I kind of like it only because it really gives them the message that, okay, I hear you, I don't want to hear you anymore. 1 of 2 for Ben Wasco. Because a technical foul in the high school game is so costly.
Yep.
You have Wasco at the line for 2, you pick up a technical, that's 2, and the ball. If Arlington hits a 3 on that, you have a 7-point play and you take a 10-point game up to 17 just like that. So I like it.
Fair enough, and I guess that gives the referee the ability to really tee him up whenever he wants now. I mean, if he says anything, he's already given him the warning.
Right, and you can still go right to the tee if you want to. A big 3 by Rodriguez as the second quarter is expiring. Long shot there is no good, but a momentum-gaining 3-pointer by Mariano Rodriguez with about 2 seconds left in the quarter gives Burlington a little spark as they head to the locker room.
Yeah, and that's the one guy that we were looking for Arlington to key in on and stop in that second quarter. They did a really good job for the first half of the quarter, but then he found his way to the line a couple times and made that three right there. So what does he have, about 16 points of the 26?
He does. He has 17. Now the officials are still talking to the Burlington coaching staff. The head coach is actually in the locker room, but the assistant coaches are still addressing the officials. But yeah, as you mentioned, Matt, up until about the 2:28 mark, Rodriguez was scoreless in the second quarter, but then he's able to have the final 7 points of the half for the Red Devils and give them a little bit of momentum. The score at the end of the first half: Arlington 33, Burlington 26. We'll be back with second half action.
Going live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
My name is Max DeLuca, and if you're interested in pursuing a career in sports media, come on down to Studio B at 892 Mass Ave in Arlington.
And getting ready for second half action from the Kozlowski Gymnasium, Don Phelan along Matt Rury. Scott Zwick is our cameraman tonight. And Matt, for the Spy Ponders, they led by 3 after 1. They increased it to a 7-point lead. They had it as high as 12 or 13, but a little run by Burlington at the end of the half, led by Mariana Rodriguez, cuts the halftime deficit for Burlington to 7 points.
Quite literally led by Mariana Rodriguez. We talked about how the game was tied at 19 and Arlington went on a run. Well, those last 7 points by Burlington were all scored by Mariana Rodriguez. 4 points from the free throw line on a couple of iffy fouls by the Ponders where they were a little over aggressive, and then a 3-pointer to end the half, which hopefully did not give Burlington too much momentum. But we've said it multiple times tonight, Don. They've got to key in on Rodriguez, and I'm hoping that we're going to see more in the third quarter like we saw at the beginning of the second, until he got it going right to end the half there.
Yeah, Rodriguez, almost literally all of Burlington's points. He has 17 of the 26. Alex Wong has 2. Sean Hurley hit a 3-pointer. And Marvin Jean-Baptiste with 4 points. And I'm surprised he doesn't get more involved in the offense because he looks like a pretty good offensive player, but it's been mostly Rodriguez for the Red Devils. For Arlington, Nick Corrales chipped in with a 3-pointer. Bensley Joseph had 9. James Gascoigne with 4. Dom Black with 10, including 2 3-pointers. Joey Pazia chipped in with a couple of free throws, and Ben Wasco had 5 first-half points for a total of 33.
Rodriguez, the only Burlington player hydrating right now, so I guess he's getting himself ready to come out onto the court. Hopefully Arlington can put a stop to his scoring.
Both teams with the same 5 that began the game. So for Burlington, it's number 1, Alex Wong, number 3, Ryan Colhane, number 10, Tyler Cannon, number 13, Mariana Rodriguez, and number 21, Marvin Jean-Baptiste. For the Spy Ponders, number 0, Nick Corrales, number 20, Dom Black, number 30, Bensley Joseph, number 23, Ben Wasco, number 14, James Gascoigne. First possession of the second half belongs to Burlington on the alternating possession rule. And here's Jean-Baptiste, as I mentioned, to see if they get him more involved, and he knocks down a 3 to start the second half.
Yeah, and we were also talking at halftime about who on Arlington was sort of a standout player for us in the first half. And we both agree that they were playing as a team, and there's nobody that really stood out. Everybody played pretty well.
Gascoigne had his shot blocked. Ben Wasco's foul line jump shot is just short, and a little bit of momentum now for Burlington, and a reaching foul committed by Ben Wasco. Well, Burlington starts the second half the same way they ended the first half with a 3-pointer, and the Arlington lead is down to 4.
Yep, Arlington's going to have to bring the energy level back up.
Alex Wong will inbound for the Red Devils, and a very rare 5-second violation committed by Burlington.
Yeah, I was surprised that actually happened. They couldn't find anybody to get open, but the referee gave him the full 5-second count. You don't see that very often.
Not at all. That's just a sign of great defense. You can get a 5-second violation in a high school basketball game. That's impressive. 7:10 remaining third quarter. Arlington by 4. Bensley wanted that one when Ben got it on the high post. Now Ben's going to take the foul line jump shot again. It's a little bit off.
Yeah, Ben would have had to throw that one behind his back if you were going to get it to Bensley, so that's a tough play for him. Here's
Jean-Baptiste, this time a floater, and he's got it.
Don't want to let him get going.
5 straight for the senior, Marvin Jean-Baptiste, and the Ponder lead is down to 2. They led by as many as a dozen in the first half. A good job by Burlington hanging around here in this game that a lot of people predicted Arlington would win by as many as 20 points. Nick Corrales on the baseline.
Well, you said it off the top, Burlington has been playing really well in their last 10 games, so look at that hustle trying to save the ball.
Great hustle by Ben Wasco. Unfortunately, the ball was already out of bounds. Burlington ball with a chance to tie or with a 3-pointer take the lead. Man-to-man defense for the Ponders. Ball knocked out of bounds by Arlington. It remains Burlington ball.
Nobody wants to pass it in here for Burlington.
Somebody has to. And it will be Rodriguez to inbound for the Red Devils. 3-point fake, now driving to the basket. Beautiful move there by Ryan Culhane, and he lays it in for his first 2 points of the game, and he ties the game at 33. Arlington yet to score here in this third quarter.
Coach Bowler stoic over there, not going to call a timeout in this situation. Let us see him work through it.
7-0 run to open the third quarter for the Red Devils. Wasco, could have been a foul there on Baptiste. No. Don Black's 3 is off, and Burlington can take the lead.
And if they do, I think you'll see a timeout from Coach Bowler at that point.
Yeah, as much as he wouldn't want to, he might have to. Long on the drive, and it's stripped by Corrales. Great hustle. 2 Arlington players on the floor, and here come the Ponders the other way, 3-on-2. Don Black to Corrales. Arlington will reset. I think Don could have maybe taken that foul and jump shot. Inside to Gascoigne. Ball was knocked loose by Burlington. Long going to take the floater. No good.
They need a bucket here.
Back defensively against the Arlington break. Nick Corrales in the corner for that 3. He likes that corner shot. This one is off. Here comes Rodriguez, and he clearly double dribbled, and they catch it.
Everybody in the crowd saw that one. Nobody missed it.
Joey Pazia into the Arlington lineup, replacing Ben Wasco for a substitution for either team here in the second half. We played 3:10 into the third quarter, and Arlington remains scoreless.
That's hustle for hustle tonight, the way Ben's been running around, diving on the floor.
2-3 zone by the Red Devils. James Gascoigne dump pass to Pazia. Pazia fakes, bottled up, and they're going to get a held ball. Good hustle there by Joey Pazia. He might have rolled with that ball. I'm surprised they didn't go with the travel on that.
Too.
And on the alternating possession rule, Arlington ball.
I always love seeing him down on the floor trying to get a ball out of a scrum. It's almost as if he's in a football pile.
Yeah, and you saw him get shaken up in the end of the first half, so no ill effects there for Joey Pazia. 6 seconds on the Spy Ponder shot clock. Corrales is going to take the 3 off the inbounding pass. No. Pazia flips it up. No. He's fouled on the play.
It's a great pass by Don Black. Thread the needle there to get a shot for Corrales. And then Joey Pazia with the awareness to get a shot up when he felt like he was about to be fouled there.
Jean-Baptiste picks up that foul. He's incredulous about that call, and bad news for him in Burlington is that's foul number 3 for the senior forward.
I don't know where the contact came, but I saw the legs get tangled up, so that's what I was expecting the call to be for.
Yeah, I don't know if another player could have maybe received that foul and kept Baptiste out of his foul trouble, but the officials saw it to go against him, and Pazia is 4 for 4 at the line tonight. Timeout Arlington?
I think so, that positive reinforcement timeout, maybe.
Yeah, I think Coach Bull, as we mentioned, he probably wanted that timeout a couple possessions ago, but wants to stick to his philosophy of not calling timeouts in negative situations. So he waited for a positive situation and now takes his timeout.
Yep, they got the lead back on a good hustle play on an offensive rebound there. And I think he probably likes the shot they got on that inbounds pass as well. But you're exactly right. He doesn't want to call timeout when they're on the wrong end of a 7-0 run. he waits until they sort of work things out, and now they've got the lead again, and he can focus on the things they did right and tell them to stay away from the things they did wrong.
I think that's the first timeout called by Arlington here tonight. Burlington used, I believe, one first half timeout, so both teams flush with timeouts here for the second half. 4:21 remaining in the third quarter, and the Ponders lead it by 2. To resume play. Burlington ball on the baseline. Man-to-man defense for the Spy Ponders. Number 15 for Burlington, Sean Hurley, into the Red Devil lineup during that timeout break. Here's Wong to the basket, lays it up and in.
Surprised he hasn't gotten more of that tonight because he's quick. Corrales has stayed with him for most of the whole game, but
really
on that one.
Matchup of two players with exceptional quickness. That time Wong got the better of it, and he ties the game at 35, under 4 minutes remaining third quarter. James Gascoigne on the baseline. Burlington's done a nice job bottling up James tonight, I'll tell you that much. He only has 4 points. Takes the pull-up shot there and makes him pay.
Aside from a bunch of mid-range jumpers by Ben Wasco, Burlington's done a great job of bottling up the lane in general. They're forcing Arlington to a lot of outside shots tonight.
Gascoigne's bucket gives the Ponders the lead, 37-35, 3:22 remaining third quarter. Rodriguez scoreless here in the third quarter. Wong is going to go back to the basket, and he's going to lay it in again.
Nice little fake pass, throw the defender off.
The second consecutive possession for the Red Devils. Alex Wong ties the game. This time at 37, coming up on 3 minutes remaining third quarter. And there's Gascoigne inside for 2 more.
Nice ball movement by Arlington. Don Black finding James as he continues to roam the baseline almost every possession for the last few, since they called that timeout anyway.
Ryan Culhane for 3, no. Benson Joseph with the rebound. Black scoreless here in the third quarter himself. They're going inside to James Gascoigne, count the basket, and James Gascoigne will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
And that's where Arlington can really succeed. It wasn't quite a fast break because the defense got back, but they were on their heels enough that you could find a flashing James Gascoigne to the basket for the and-one situation.
And for Burlington, his number 11, Justin Fitzpatrick. We talked about him in the first half, the 6'7" three-point shooter for the Red Devils, held scoreless by Arlington in the first half. Gascoigne, as I just mentioned, was held to 4 points, and all of a sudden he has 7 consecutive points for Arlington, and they lead by 5. So maybe during that timeout, Coach Bowler made it a focal point for Arlington to get it into James Gascoigne. Now, on the dribble penetration by the Red Devils, Joey Pazia will pick up the foul. Surprisingly, Joey's first foul, second on the team. And now it looks like Burlington wants and is granted a timeout. So 2:28 remaining, third quarter. Arlington leads it 42-37. And it's been James Gascoigne the last few possessions for Arlington, Matt, with 7 consecutive Spy Ponder points.
Nice to see them getting him going. We just talked about how Burlington was sort of shutting him down all night. They're shutting the paint down in general. So for Arlington to move the ball enough to get James open on the baseline has been nice to see here in the third quarter. That's going to open things up for them later in the game, too, as things go forward, because Burlington's got to remember that he's there, and if they're not keying in on him, it might open up the lane for Bensley Joseph to get to the rack or for Don Black to knock down a couple threes or something. So always good to see the best players performing well for this team because they have a lot of options.
So you notice too, Matt, and I hadn't noticed it the last couple possessions, but I look at the Burlington bench and you see Marvin Jean-Baptiste on the Burlington bench. So probably no coincidence that when Jean-Baptiste picked up his third personal foul and had to go to the bench, that's when things opened up for James Gascoigne down low.
Baptiste definitely was playing well to start this third quarter.
And he's a big body. He's
Absolutely.
a big athletic kid. So Burlington ball down by 5. Here's Rodriguez for 3. think his first shot here in the third quarter. Again, he's gone a decent stretch here without scoring. Bensley Joseph in the up fake goes around him and hits the pull-up jump shot.
Great job by Bensley to throw 2 fakes at the defender. One on the shot and then one a little stutter step to say, I'm going left, no, I'll go this way.
So the Ponders with a nice run here, back up by 7.
There he is.
Off the mark for Fitzpatrick.
And that's where he's been catching the ball all night. That's just the first time he's actually put one up.
Don Black wide open. He's going to take the 3 and he knocks it down.
Great to see him shooting well from 3. I know he's capable. I think he's been deferring to other people so far this season quite often, and he's definitely got the scoring punch still.
10-0 run by the Spy Ponders ever since Wong tied it at 37. Now an up and under move by Culhane is good.
Nice tricky move.
Culhane stunts the Arlington run. Ponders by 8. 47-39. Don Black, he's in the paint, he's gonna have to get out of there. Pazia, is that a 3?
Yes.
So it doesn't matter anyway, shot's just a tad bit off. Here's Culhane, and he's fouled on the play. Count the basket.
That's
and
3
Ryan
or 4 times
Culhane,
now. He's had a nice finish at the basket.
he'll go to the line with a chance for 3-point play, and I think that's gonna go against Don Black. If it does, and indeed it does, it's his third on the team.
He's voicing his frustration to the official. Or at least asking what's going on.
I think he wants to make sure if the foul was on him, and indeed it was called against him. 1:03 remaining, third quarter. Culhane completes the 3-point play, and the Spy Ponders are only up by 5 now. 5-0 answer by the Red Devils, and they turn the Ponders over. Culhane, kick out pass. Rodriguez scoreless here in this third quarter. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Fitzpatrick.
There's Fitzpatrick. See, this is more what you would expect to see from a 6'7" kid. That was a nice tricky move by him. I'm sure he likes to shoot threes more though.
Oh yeah. 7-0 Red Devil run. So they answer the Ponder 10-0 run with a 7-0 run of their own, and it's a 1-possession game, 47-44 Arlington. Burlington won't go away. Bensley Joseph a 3, it's short. Burlington will have a chance for the final possession of this third quarter, down by 3.
Need a solid defensive stop here from Arlington, or else the momentum's really going to shift.
I believe it'll be Burlington ball to start the fourth quarter. Rodriguez with the tricky dribble on Don Black, 4 seconds. Fitzpatrick for 3, no. Don Black with the rebound. The third quarter will end.
Well, they've gotten him a couple shots, and Fitzpatrick is not happy that he didn't knock them down. I mean, it was good defense on that one, and the other one he just didn't knock it down. So his frustration is being shown right now, and hopefully that continues in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he had the beautiful finger roll on the possession, 2 possessions before that, but hasn't been able to find his 3-point shot tonight so far, which is, of course, good for Arlington. So the score at the end of the third quarter is Arlington 47 and Burlington 44. Well, one thing Arlington did do in that quarter, even though they saw their lead go from 7 to 3, is they did hold Rodriguez scoreless in that third quarter. But the bad news is Burlington outscores Arlington 18-14 in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's interesting because Jean-Baptiste scored the first 5 points for Burlington in the third, and you sort of thought that when he went down with that third foul, or when he went out with that third foul, I should say, that Rodriguez was going to start picking it up again. He only took 1 shot, as far as I remember, in that quarter. So Arlington doing a good job against him. He did handle the ball towards the end on that last possession. They didn't get anything out of it, but Arlington definitely needs to figure out a way to stop all these guys.
And indeed it is Burlington ball to start the fourth quarter on the alternating possession rule. Red Devils down by 3. Patrick had a notion to take that one from a couple feet beyond the 3-point stripe.
Yep, they're making him catch either way out or way inside.
There's Rodriguez, now Wong. Wong effective going to the basket in that third quarter. This time can't get it to go. Arlington with the rebound. Will Clifford in the Spy Ponder lineup to begin this fourth quarter. Other than that, it's the 4 Arlington starters with the exception of Clifford instead of Nick Corrales. Bensley Joseph, the Euro step there inside the Gascoigne. flips it to
pass.
Wasco, and Wasco lays it in.
I think they're looking for a travel from on the Burlington sideline over there. I didn't see it, but I think they wanted to call it on Gascoigne.
That's
It was a great
Gascoigne,
pass
if anything.
by James.
Yeah. Certainly not on Wasco. Perhaps James shuffled the feet on the pass. 5-point Arlington lead. First minute played here in the fourth quarter. Rodriguez spins, throws it up. No. Ben Wasco with the rebound for the Ponders.
Gotta string a couple possessions together here.
2-3 zone for Burlington. Wong goes for the steal. Able to avoid the contact. That's a good non-call out there by the officials, in my opinion. Bensley Joseph, foot 3 from the corner. And an Arlington timeout.
Yeah, that was a good non-call. Don Black's elbow was a little high there, but he was clearly going to get the ball. And Alex Wong sort of ran into him. So I think you're right on that
And
one.
then immediately backed off.
Exactly.
So good non-call there. But the Ponders opened this fourth quarter with a quick 5-0 run. It's really been a game of runs tonight, Matt. Just when you think Burlington's going to get buried, they come back. Just when you think Burlington's going to come back and maybe take the lead, Arlington makes a run and stretches the lead. The latest, a 5-0 run to begin the fourth quarter.
Yeah, so you would think that that's good news for Arlington, but I flip that around and say it's time for Burlington to make another run. So Arlington really needs to keep focused here. They're not just going to run away with this one, but it's because it's totally possible that Burlington gets their scoring touch back. So the defense needs to stay hot for the next 6 minutes, 31 seconds.
It's either that or perhaps Burlington has used all their runs up. Well, that remains to be seen.
Maybe.
Now they go for the deep pass on the inbounding play, and the ball is out of bounds, and because it didn't touch anybody on the floor, it'll be Arlington ball all the way down on their offensive baseline. A long pass out of the timeout did not work for the Red Devils. So Fitzpatrick, the sophomore, out of the Burlington lineup, and back in is Marvin Jean-Baptiste, number 21. Burlington can't afford to go any further time without him on the floor as they find themselves down by 8. Now steal by Burlington. Wong's ahead of the pack, and they're going to get Bensley Joseph for goaltending.
Unfortunately, I mean, it was a good job by him to get back on the break and try and defend that shot, but Alex Wong with some great hands on the other end.
Yeah, what Wong did that was smart, as he got it up there quickly off the backboard. So if Bensley was going to come back and block it, it was too late because it had already hit the backboard, resulting in the goaltending violation. Sam Swift, number 24, into the Ponder lineup. He's going to give Ben Wasco a little bit of a break here. They didn't put the points up on the scoreboard yet. Now they do. It's 52-46.
Uh-oh.
That's right. Great anticipation there by Culhane.
That's another,
That was a legal play, and the Burlington coaching staff is just outraged.
I think Bensley pinned that one himself up on the backboard there. And a nice tip by Gascoigne on the other end.
Black with the miss, Gascoigne with the tip in, and the Ponders back up by 8. I don't know about that play by Joseph. That was a tough one to call.
The ref was right there, and it almost seemed as though the shot by Culhane, he sort of flipped it up on the side as opposed to off the backboard, and Bensley just got there and pinned it.
Now there's a discussion between Coach Connors and the official regarding that play. You know,
Coach Bowler wants to know what's going on now.
Yep. One official with Coach Connors, one official with Coach Bowler. Coach Bowler wants his even stance in this conversation. Burlington ball down by 8. Fitzpatrick back into the Red Devil lineup. Here's Rodriguez with the spin. Straight up defense by Bensley Joseph.
Good job. Good D.
Good non-call there. Straight good D by Bensley Joseph. And again, Fitzpatrick probably getting a little, Rodriguez probably getting a little frustrated here in this third quarter. Fourth quarter. He hasn't scored. Bensley Joseph's 3 no good. Don Black fights for the rebound.
Don Black. It's got to stay right here. That's the right call. Don Black basically jumped over Rodriguez there, and no contact, but found a way to knock the ball off of him.
Yeah, with all due respect to Rodriguez, that's just a play that Don Black wanted more, and I don't know why they won't let that substitute into the game. Here he comes. It's a little offense-defense now by Burlington as they keep flipping Fitzpatrick with Jean-Baptiste, but just clearly Don Black wanted that ball more, then Rodriguez went around him, over him, through him, knocking the ball off of him, and just a great play by Don Black. James Gascoigne baseline jump shot is no good. Red Devils back the other way, 5 minutes to go, down by 8, still in this. And a timeout called by Burlington.
That's a heads-up timeout by the coach. Coach Connors over there saw that Wong was in trouble.
And that's also going to allow him to get the offensive-minded Fitzpatrick back into the lineup. But I'm kind of interested how he's flipping it with Jean-Baptiste. I mean, I know Jean-Baptiste has 3 fouls, but Jean-Baptiste is a good offensive player, so I would think the more good offensive players you can have in the game at any one time is what you want.
Well, and he gave them a spark in the third quarter before he got that third foul. And more to your point, Don, since he has 3 fouls, wouldn't you expect to not put him in on defense, hoping that he wouldn't pick up a 4th, and use him on offense instead?
That's right.
It's just, it's a strange switch that they're making here. But perhaps Coach Connors playing the long game here and trying to get some run for his young sophomore Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that's a great point, Matt, because that's where you run more of a risk of picking up a foul is defensively.
And he's clearly the better defensive player between the two, but I mean, just the fact that he's got 3 fouls and they're down 8, I feel like he might be more valuable on the offensive end.
Now they run the inbounding play to Culhane. Culhane fakes. Fitzpatrick's going to kick it out to Rodriguez for 3. No, Rodriguez still scoreless here in the second half, and we're coming up on the 4:40 mark of the fourth quarter. So he's gone over 11 minutes without scoring. Remember, he had the basket at the end of the second quarter.
Long shot by Don Black there.
A 3-pointer from the corner, no good. Here comes Alex Wong for 3, no. See how high Fitzpatrick was on that?
It's a pretty high jump. I think we've gotten to the point where Arlington is content to slow things down on every possession here unless they have a wide open fast break.
Foul situation, a non-concern for both teams. Arlington with 3 team fouls, Burlington with only 2. Now, great Arlington offense. I thought it was going to result in a Don Black shot. Instead, they keep working it around. Gascoigne is held, and Fitzpatrick will pick up the foul. First foul on Fitzpatrick, 3rd on the team. Non-shooting foul for the Ponders. We're about halfway through this fourth quarter, and Arlington holding on with an 8-point lead.
And here comes Jean-Baptiste again. Confused, but Coach Connors will do whatever he wants.
In the inbounding play, they get it to Gascoigne. And see Joseph was caught in the corner momentarily, brings it back out to the top of the key between the circles. Baptiste almost picked up the 4th there. Bensley Joseph for 3, around and out. Remember Don Black for Arlington playing with 3 fouls. Those are the only 2 players with 3 in this game. Burlington with 3:33 remaining in the ball game with the ball down 8. Gascoigne on Jean-Baptiste. Jean-Baptiste kicks it out to Rodriguez. His 3 is no good. And a missed opportunity for the Red Devils to cut into the Arlington lead.
And they pull it back again. Smart move.
Especially with Burlington sitting in a 2-3 zone.
There's no reason to force anything right now.
Don Black lost control of it temporarily, but Arlington able to maintain possession. 3 minutes now remaining. Great pass to Nick Corrales, up and under and in.
Nicely done by Nick to cut to the basket, and Bensley found him.
Arlington doing a great job of running off a lot of time off that shot clock, being patient, and ending up with an easy
Nick.
2.
Now they're going to run.
Nick's ahead of the pack, dumps it to James Gascoigne. He lays it in, count the basket, and James Gascoigne will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
And we've talked about these fast break fouls in the past, Don. You don't want to hurt somebody, but if you're going to foul on a fast break layup like that, you got to at least try and make sure that you wrap them up as safely as possible so they don't get an and-one situation like James just did.
Well, let's give Nick Corrales a lot of credit. He was ahead of the pack, and he felt like maybe there was someone chasing him down, so he says, let me just dump this back to James for the strong finish, and that's exactly what happened. Gascoigne completes the 3-point play. 16 now for the junior tri-captain, and the Ponders all of a sudden have extended this lead to 13 points. Driving strong to the basket is Culhane. No. He's fouled on the play, and for Don Black, that will be foul number 4. Though something Arlington really doesn't want to do in this final 2.5 is foul to put Burlington out the line with the clock stopped, especially with Arlington not being in the penalty yet. 4 team fouls for each team. Ryan Culhane at the line for 2, and his first free throw is no good. One of 2 for Culhane. He now has 8 points on the evening. We're coming up on the final 2.5 minutes of the game. Ball knocked out of bounds by Burlington. Burlington player is claiming that James just lost the handle on that one. James looks kind of quiet. Perhaps that might have been true. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I didn't get a good look at that play.
It almost looked like he lost it. I thought that there could have been a foul involved as well, but
that could have been it too. Now, there will be a foul called against Culhane. Sometimes officials will do that, and I like that call. If you have a ball knocked out of bounds, and maybe it was touched last by James, but the Burlington player did enough to disrupt the play, rather than calling a foul on the Burlington player, giving him a foul, giving the team a foul. It's still going to be Arlington ball anyway, so just give the team the ball. Yeah,
ultimately, you know what? I mean, you want to let these guys play as much as possible. So you're not trying to control the game as a referee. You're just trying to make sure that it's civil out there and everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Culhane picked up that foul. Gascoigne on a nice feed from Bensley Joseph, and James has another basket. 18 now for James Gascoigne.
Arlington has really worked James along the baseline tonight, and it's paying off here in the second half.
Spy Ponders by 14 now. Culhane with a nice move to the basket and a timeout, Burlington.
Culhane showing some great finishing moves here. He's able to finish at the basket even though he's one of the smaller guys on the floor.
And the advantage he had there was he was being guarded by Dom Black, and Dom couldn't risk the foul, A, because it would have fouled him out of the game, and B, Arlington really doesn't want to foul here. They want to let the clock run. If Burlington scores, fine. Arlington can then work the ball up the court, take some time off the clock. If Burlington elects to foul, Arlington might have to hit a couple of free throws to cement this one away. But a 12-point lead with a minute 49, Arlington should be able to take this one home.
Yeah, if you can work it down on 3 or 4 possessions in the next couple of minutes, you're good to go, and it won't matter what Burlington does on the offensive end.
Exactly. So upcoming on the scheduled docket for the Spy Ponders, they will have a home game on Friday, February 2nd against Reading. They will then have a game on Tuesday the 6th when they play at Woburn High School. And then Arlington will round out the home portion of their regular season with a game Friday, February 9th against Lexington. And that, of course, will be senior night here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. So just 2 remaining regular season home games for the Spy Ponders after tonight's contest. Burlington extends their defense a little bit. 13 on the shot clock for Arlington, and now Burlington will take the foul. Tyler Cannon picks up the foul, his second, 6th on the team.
It's got to be frustrating as a coach to see stuff like that. You play pretty good defense for 20 seconds, and then you commit the foul. At that point, you don't want to commit a foul. You want to try and force them to give up the ball on a turnover or on a missed shot.
Now a great inbounding play by Arlington. Wasco was wide open, would have had an easy 2, but Burlington will take the foul and put Ben at the line for a 1-and-1.
And the Burlington players, Bensley Joseph, I just have to say, is so quick with his fakes. They basically jump at every little move he makes. He can put the ball just above his head, and they think he's going to shoot. He puts the ball just to his left. They think he's going to go left. This guy's got moves that nobody seems to be able to keep up with out there.
Been a nice night for Ben Wasco. He has 9 on the game. A steal by Arlington on the inbounding play. Oh, Bensley missed it, but instead he gets his own rebound and lays it in.
A little tip drill there.
Gets credit for an offensive rebound, but hurts the shooting percentage a little bit. But Bensley will take the easy 2 regardless. Spy Pond is back up by 16 now. And here's Culhane to the basket. He's fouled on the play. He'll go to the line for 2.
Culhane still, no fear going to the hoop. Doesn't matter who he's going up against. He's trying to finish every time.
The junior tri-captain, so Middlesex League will be seeing even more of him next year. First free throw is short. Foul committed by Ben Wasco, his second. 5th on the team.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they consider Culhane more of a shooting guard or Wong more of a shooting guard. Both of them have shown a propensity to get to the basket and have pretty good handles. They're both juniors, so it's going to be a pretty formidable backcourt for Burlington next season,
sure will.
it seems. And this is a second attempt by Don Black to knock the ball off the Burlington player, and the refs are giving it to him, much to Coach Connor's dismay.
Well, I think what is happening, Matt, is just before he released that pass and was falling out of bounds, Coach Bowler was screaming for a timeout.
Missed that.
Official recognizes that timeout, so we'll have a timeout Arlington.
Fair enough.
Third timeout taken for the Spy Ponders. Burlington has used 4 of their allotted 5, so they have 1 remaining. Burlington quick to bring their 5 back onto the floor. I'd imagine Burlington is just going to play straight up defense here and just stay competitive for the final minute and 3 seconds. I don't think it really makes much sense for them to foul down by 16 with just over a minute to go.
Yeah, I would think so too. And you know what, regardless of how that call went or how it could have gone, that's twice now that we've seen Don Black basically tiptoe on the sideline and make a really heady play to save a possession for Arlington.
So a minute 3 to go, Arlington by 16. They get it inbounds to Gascoigne. Well, Bensley Joseph gets it over the timeline. Again, Burlington will compete to the final bell here, I can guarantee you that. Now they will take the foul, and Don Black will go to the line for a 1-and-1. So let's give Burlington all the credit here tonight, Matt. They hung around, and as we mentioned, it's been a game of runs, and unfortunately, Burlington ran out of gas here in the 4th quarter. They've been held to 5 fourth quarter points after trailing by only 3 points entering this 4th quarter.
Yep, and Arlington did sustain throughout 4 quarters the same level of energy that they needed to, and we said it off the top that if they could play a full wire-to-wire game, that they should be the ones that come out with the win, and we saw that tonight.
Dom unable to hit the front end of the 1-and-1, so the lead remains at 16, under a minute remaining in the game. Here's Rodriguez for 3, and he has his first basket of the second half.
Good looking shot with a hand in his face.
Long 3 for Mariano Rodriguez. Now Bensley triple teamed, able to get through it. Arlington now will just work it around. There's about a 10-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Burlington will no longer foul, but Arlington will have to take a shot here at some point.
Yeah, Burlington's not playing defense either, so they will take a shot, but
4 on the shot clock. Benson's going to take a fadeaway 3. No, Don Black over the back. He probably could have called a foul there, but instead with 10 seconds remaining, we'll just play out the string here. Here's Jean-Baptiste, stolen by Bensley Joseph, and Bensley will just dribble out the clock.
That's a fitting way to end the game with a steal by Bensley there.
So the Spy Ponders outscore the Red Devils by the margin of 18-8 in the 4th quarter for the final margin of victory. So let's run down the scoring leaders for tonight's game. For Burlington, Justin Fitzpatrick had 2 points, Sean Hurley had 3 points, Alex Wong had 8 points, Marvin Jean-Baptiste had 9 points, Ryan Culhane with 10. High point man for the Red Devils, and he was impressive mostly in the first half, though, was Mariano Rodriguez with 20 points. But Matt, we talked about this, and Arlington just did whatever they had to do. He had 17 at the half, and that 3-pointer that he just hit a couple moments ago, his only points of the second half.
Yeah, they really keyed in on him, even though Jean-Baptiste started the 3rd quarter strong. They didn't let Rodriguez get it going after Jean-Baptiste went to the bench with his 3rd foul, and even though he went on that 7-0 run basically by himself, or not a 7-0 run, but a 7-point run for Burlington at the end of the first half, Arlington found a way to shut him down in the second half, and that was a key to their victory tonight.
Running down the scoring totals for the Spy Ponders, Joey Pazia, 4 for 4 from the foul line tonight, finishes with 4 points. Nick Corrales had 5 points. A nice night for Ben Wasco tonight with 9 points. Dom Black had 13. Bensley Joseph had 16. High point honors for the Spy Ponders tonight, James Gascoigne with 18. So some nice scoring there for the Spy Ponders. You know, they're 3 scoring leaders all in that 13 to 18 point range, and a nice victory here tonight for Arlington.
We're going to have a team photo here too, so always fun to have the team photo after a win. You know, they're going to be all smiles.
Well, that will wrap things up from the Toslowski Gymnasium here tonight. A reminder that the next home game is this Friday, February 2nd when the Rockets of Reading High School come into the Kozlowski Gymnasium. I'd like to thank Scott Zwick, who did our camera work here tonight, my partner Matt Rury, I'm Don Phelan. Once again, the final score, Arlington 65 and Burlington 52.
40 home wins in a row.
And 29 league wins. Congratulations to the Spy Ponders. See you on Friday night.